One of the things I've noticed in how you work with the players is you seem to be invested in the whole person, not just what they can do for the team on the ice, but you seem to be authentically concerned about their entire life. Where does that come from in your life that you translate into managing a hockey team?
Yeah, I think at some point in my, I guess, young 20s, I probably just self-assessed, my entire life and existence and kind of tried to find the areas that I was insecure or the areas that I was struggling to try to find the most authentic version of myself so that I could be the best that I could be. And then as I started to work with all these guys at different stops around the way, I found them to be so incredibly talented, but they always had something, whether it was insecurity or something that they were trying to prove or something they were working through. And I just kind of arrived at the idea that as we invest in player development, we're really investing in people development. And I think that what I try to do is I want them to be happy in the workplace every day. It's obviously a job, but it's still a game. Hockey is just a part of it. But if we can connect deeper than that, I think that we can pull the best out of them, and it gives them the best chance to realize their potential.
I've also noticed you do that with the staff. There's an interconnected web where you value each person's input and what they do for the organization. Now, a lot of people would say they do that, but you have sincerity that is attached to that, and I'm wondering how you would describe your management style, because that stuff doesn't often come out of a book.
Yeah, I think that I, like everyone else, have studied management and this and this and this, and quite frankly probably threw a good bit of it out and just said, okay, I'm going to do it my own way and find the most authentic way that I can do it. And I think that everyone here sacrifices a lot. It's time, it's energy, it's effort, it's the emotional investment you have in the team and the people, and families sacrifice a lot. And so when everyone, whether you're working with the equipment staff or you're a player or you're a coach or whatever your role within the organization may be, when they give so much to the organization, I feel that. The way I view it is, I think in a traditional setting, you have management, coaches, and players, and that's kind of the higher team the other day. And the way that I view it is that management serves the coaches, and then management and the coaches serve the players, and the players serve each other. And I think if we are all taking that approach, that the success, even our own individual self-interest, if we're all going to rise and we're all going to be successful, we're going to do it because of the other people, that we're partnering with. And I think the best way to allow that to happen is to show people every day how much you value their contribution to the club, and also to show them how much you value them as a person. And I think that for us to get where we want to go, and for these players to get where we want to go, that is the culture that we want to foster.
You've known Greg Moore a lot longer than maybe the rest of us here, but you tell me what worked between you two that just is a successful relationship.
Yeah, I guess stepping back, I think it's I've always found it so interesting in hockey, and really in sport, but mostly in hockey, of how much power, responsibility, credit, or blame the head coach gets. And I always kind of felt like, if we're going to have a really successful operation, we have to spread that out. Where Greg and I have a great partnership, I think, is that we're both very different people, but we have a great openness. And how I sort of arrived at this was, I'm a big Patriots fan and have been for a long time. We won't talk about other Boston sports around here, but we'll use the Patriots and have this great affinity for Bill Belichick. And, with the Patriots, he is the kind of czar of everything. He's the coach, and he's in charge of personnel and does it all. And I feel like, in hockey, that's not possible because of, the vast, I guess, realm that you have to touch in. So the head coach and the manager have to become one. And we're both united in wanting to invest in players and in a style of play that we both have a great affinity for. And fortunately for us, Kyle Dubas has a great affinity for. And so it's a marriage that works really well, and we play off each other. And I'm just real excited to get back working with him again.
Talk about excitement. What's the enthusiasm? What do you see? What excites you about this season for the Marlies?
I think, like you talked about in the open, there's definitely a good vibe within the staff and within the players right now. which, I think everyone often says there's a great optimism at the beginning of every season, but that's not really always the case. Sometimes you could feel an energy that isn't really conducive with where you're trying to go, and I think right now we have a great energy, and we have a great mix of youthful exuberance and skill and creativity, and then we got some other guys that can do the heavy lifting, and we have a great culture here. For me, fortunate to walk into where there's a huge care level for the development of the players, and fostering a player development environment, and I think our players are bought into that, and are really embracing what that is. So I think it's a great energy right now. I think we're real happy with what we did through training camp and getting ready to go on Saturday.